Well, hi and welcome to Glitch 2600. Who am I? Well, I'm Brian, aka Glitch, your friendly host through all things geekery. And geekery are just those fun electronic toys and things that you get that you need help with. So computers, photography, videography, mobile devices. We're here to help you with that. So when you've got questions, we've got answers. And you are here for a Glitch Byte. What we're doing as our Vlogmas 2020. What's Vlogmas 2020, you ask? Well, if you go into our playlist on our YouTube channel or on Facebook, you'll see we have a thing on day one where we go into it in depth. But basically, it's just a way for us content creators to create something new for you every day in December. We plan on keeping our Glitch Bytes going forward, and our bytes are just information, tidbits of technology, tips, tricks that you can only digest in under 15 minutes. And then our megabytes and stuff is when we go into more detail. And then we have geek outs and all sorts of other cool stuff. But you're here for something specific. You want to know about text overlays in Ecamm Live. And Ecamm Live is the software I use to live stream. That's what I'm doing right now, and using in the background here, it's all using Ecamm Live. And you probably want to know faster and better ways to get that text in there and working. So the easiest way that I have for you is we're going to switch on over to our demo mode here. So when I switch into live demo mode, we'll bring that up. Yay, now you can see all my stuff. You can see on that side, my overlays window. And I already duplicated and made a little text area. And what I want to show you is some of the stuff you can do. Sorry, throat here. Some of the stuff I want to show you is what you can do with text overlays quickly and easily. So if you already have one quick tip that I always like to show people is if you already have something and it's already in the formatting that you like for me, I like my purple in the background, and I like my little bit of gray. And I can slide that behind this one there. This overlay is my main, so it kind of hides behind it. But let's say I want to duplicate and put this beside it. Well, if you hold down the Option key, it'll duplicate. And see, now we have a second one. You can drag it anywhere. But that's great and fine and dandy. But what if I want to keep them in a plane together? Well, instead of holding down just the Option key, if you hold down the Shift key, so you're holding down now Option and Shift, it will now duplicate, but keep it in that same plane. So I can't, right now I'm trying to slide it up and it won't let me. But see, it'll keep it on the same plane. Now, had I done the same thing, let's delete that one, but instead start going upwards, now it'll stay upwards and it stays in line. Even if I'm trying to shift it now left and right, it's not going anywhere. So I can quickly and easily keep things in line. So if I wanted to go, hey, there's that, shift and hold, shift and Option again. So I could have maybe I want to add my Instagram and my YouTube and my Facebook right there, and quickly do that. So even if you don't want to do that afterwards, let's say instead I just want to move this top one straight over to the side. Well, if I hold down Shift, if I start going up and down, it'll not let me go left and right. If I hold down Shift again, but start going to the right, now I can't go up and down, and it'll just keep it lined in there, and then eventually you'll see that center, and maybe I want to place that there. And that's really nice when you know that Shift key can be extremely useful, and to couple that with Option, it's a good way to get some text in there, properly. Let's say you had a host screen. So let's say there was me and another host. I'm just going to go ahead and hide this, and we'll make another text pad there. So this is host 1. And now I've got my host 1 right here. So let's say there was someone standing right there. Where this becomes really useful is if I hold down, my Option and Shift, and I'll drag it to the side, I can now quickly have host 2, Option and Shift, drag it to the side again, and then just by a double click, I can rename that. Host 3, it'll update there on the left. host 2. So extremely powerful, and keep in mind you can do this with any overlay. So it doesn't have to be just text. Just as a simple example, if I delete that one, delete this one, and keep in mind you can still use folders and all that, which are great. You'll use those on the side. But let's say I did that with a camera overlay. So I added a second one of me. Again, if I hold Option and Shift, I can make a duplicate and keep it right in line. And then if I wanted to, I could change that to another camera. So if right now I don't have my GoPro hooked up, but if I did, you'd see a second camera right there for cam link, and that would show up, and you could switch to that or switch the aspect. If I had squares, it would be one way to do that. So again, just a quick tip with that text. The other thing that I like to show people is, let's say I had text from a web page. So I'm just going to pop up my restream here and act like I'm editing it. Actually, we're going to go to my handy dandy, maybe Facebook. That's a good one. And I'm going to come over here, edit something. I'm going to grab its text. And actually, that's not going to be a great example because I think this is a text clean space, but we'll give it a shot. We'll find out. Yep, confirm and leave. So we're going to pop out of there. If I just do a new text area, I can come up here under the menu and go to overlays, or sorry, edit, and paste as overlay. If I paste as overlay, notice how it lost all my cool formatting. Well, that kind of sucks. You know, it's gone now. Well, one way to get around that, again, quickly and easily, is if I have one I already have used, like this host one, and I go ahead and duplicate it. Instead, if I use a notepad and paste it into Notepad from your built-in one, so let's just Command-C there. Well, if I paste, it'll just pick that up, as opposed to when I pasted it from here. If I come in here, edit and copy here, same text, same everything. And confirm to leave, so I'm not copying from Facebook now. See how it switched back? So just by the simple task of taking it to Notepad can make that change. Additionally, if you just have it open, so if I double click there and just highlight in Notepad and then drag it over, well, better if I don't do it in preview, but actually drag it, or not, since it's a link, so it's seeing that. So let's not copy a link. Let's do it actual text. Highlight and drop. You'll see where it'll actually pull it in there too. So you can highlight and drop and bring it in there, especially if you're not using the funky mouse like I was using. There you go. See, I can drag and drop it in there, and it'll keep that formatting and font. Let's go ahead and cancel. Now, let's say instead, another quick tip that I like to do is I keep my colors down here in the color pad. So we'll drag this to the side. Well, we can't drag that to the side so you can see me, but we'll size it down just a little bit, and then you still can't see me. But if you click this little color option down here, once you find a color you like using any of these tabs, remember you can drag them down here to these swatches. So for me, that purple I like is right here. This here's another shade. Maybe I like my green or orange. So once I click that, it automatically switches it. I can hit save, and now it switches the color. But if I were to double click that again, let's say I found another color I liked instead. Maybe I like hot pink. Well, once I have that, if I take this swatch and drag it over, well, now it's in there, and it'll keep it in there. I can always switch, my swatches around. If you come over to one of these, you'll notice, you have all different type of swatches you can go into. But see, this is my swatch that I made. And so once I have some that I like, I can take and drag those back up in there. So let's say I have that or want to hit plus, I can add that and have my glitch pink in there. which I don't want. But if I did, that would be a way for me to do it. Otherwise, once you get them in there, there are your quick spots. You see how you can just click and drag them up there. But that's how you can add quick things to your swatch there. And then once you have them, you can quickly change the effect just by clicking the color that you like. So in my case, I'm going to go back to my purples there. So I like that purple. And you can use that for your backgrounds too. So if you come over here, I like that gray. So you'll notice that's this gray right here. But if I wanted to, I can make it background bright pink, but then quickly come back. So at any given time, if I were to do that edit, paste this overlay, remember I had that kind of crappy looking text. Well, if I click and go, hey, I want my backgrounds to be this color, and then say great, and then my text to be this color. Well, there you go. Now, especially if I highlight it. Now it's that color. It's kind of hard to see on there because of the size, but I could quickly change my effect. And if you can make your own font sets. So once you have them in here, you can click add to make your own collection. So if you have a font that you like in this case, I'm just going to go like that and pick some crazy font that I may not want to use. But once you have it there in that font, you can sit there and make your own. So you can click and add, call it Glitch. You might want to call it something else, but once it's in there, all you have to do is take that font after you've got it. So I'm going to grab this font one that's Fun Papyrus, drag it to Glitch, and then it's there. So really quickly, I can now click Glitch, click Papyrus, hit this, hit that, hit OK, and then it's pretty close. So obviously this font is not using Papyrus. This font is using a different one. But you can see how you can quickly do that and make your text pop like that and quickly change it. But really that shift option is my biggest tip for it. And then using Notepad to drag and drop your things in there. So keep that in mind, and it works across all the areas, all the animations, all the fun stuff. I'm going to switch back to a scene that doesn't have all that text on there. But that's some of the power that you can do with it, especially once I found out that option and shift. I had been trying to just line stuff up and manually using the board, putting a line with another graphic on there and slowly moving it there like inch to the side. Once I found out you could use that option key to duplicate and then the shift key to hold in a line both horizontally or vertically, that was a game changer for me. Because once you tie those two together, you can do quite a bit of stuff. So I hope you found that useful, and enjoyed this tip. If you then please come and join us on YouTube. Let me not stay in this live demo mode so you can see me a little bit bigger, but come on out, subscribe to us on YouTube. If you're on a computer, you can hover your smartphone, camera over that link, and it'll say, do you want to open that link? And you'll say, yep. And then once there, click the subscribe button and then click the little bell and it will notify you when we're going live. So that way you can catch our other Glitch Bytes as we do one every day right now. And then going through January, we'll start doing them once or twice a week, and they'll be a little bit more reliable schedule. You'll know the day and general time. But then we also still do those geek outs, and those geek outs are just sessions where you can ask your questions live and get answers back live on the air. And if I don't know the answer, I will track it down and get it for you. And then we still have our fun happy hours. But if you like this, please go ahead and subscribe. Otherwise, you can also join in the fun on Facebook. We'd love to see you there. Well, I've had a good time. I hope you've had a good time. And, I'm in the festive spirit. I've got Zero rocking back there. That's the other hat I almost wore, but it looked a little bit like a sleep cap. But I got my new rocking Zero from Nightmare Before Christmas on the back there. And, he's my companion today. He's the the one to lead the sleigh tonight for me. But I wish you guys all a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whichever one works for you, your Festivus. For the rest of us, all of it. I hope you had a great time and will join me tomorrow. Click that subscribe and ring the bell to get notified, and we'll see you again soon. All right, bye.